This feels unreal. I mean it. This is the first Ultra in years where the moment you pick it up, you can tell Samsung didn't just iterate, they upgraded the formula. The Galaxy S26 Ultra is the kind of phone that makes you question whether specs on paper even matter anymore, because the real magic shows up the moment it touches your hand. It's lighter, it's thinner, it's sharper, and somehow, it's also more powerful than anything Samsung has ever built. What's up guys, Alex here from Smart Reviews, and today I'm diving into what might be Samsung's most confident Ultra yet. No hype, no marketing fluff. Just the real-world experience of a flagship that finally feels like Samsung listened to every single complaint we had, and then fixed them one by one. The first shock is the weight. You don't expect a titanium S Pen phone to feel this light. You pick it up and your hand actually pauses for a second like, wait, where's the rest of it? Samsung shaved the body down, tightened the frame, added chamfered edges, and the whole thing feels more ergonomic, almost like the Note series finally matured into something silky instead of sharp. And despite the slimmer body, boom, a bigger battery. 5,200 milliamp hours. This is wild engineering. No one else is doing this. Not Apple, not Google, not anyone. A thinner phone, an integrated stylus, and still more battery? Samsung absolutely flexed here. And when you turn on the display, you immediately notice the new panel. It's not about peak brightness bragging rights anymore. It's about clarity, sharpness, consistency, color accuracy that feels almost OLED professional. This is the new M14 panel, and the moment you scroll through the home screen, it legitimately feels like the pixels are floating closer to the glass. The touch response is insane. The animation's fluid. It's one of those things you can't see in a spec sheet, but you feel instantly. But the real reason people buy the Ultra is simple: the camera. And Samsung didn't hold anything back this year. The new 200MP sensor with the massive f1 point for aperture is the headline, of course. That wider aperture breathes in more light, more detail, and more depth than ever before. Low-light shots look shockingly clean. Shadows actually hold texture instead of turning into mush. And daytime photos? Crystal clear, but not over-sharpened like older Galaxy generations. It's confident, controlled, almost cinematic. Then you move to the telephoto, and suddenly the 5x lens looks brand new. Wider aperture, less noise, more natural detail. Zoom feels less like digital stretching and more like a true optical layer. You pan between lenses and there's no jitter, no sudden jumps. The new RAM plus ISP combo makes everything feel seamless. And speaking of RAM, Samsung finally upgraded to the newer generation that pushes data faster, stabilizes processing, keeps images consistent, and boosts low-light shutter speeds. It's the kind of upgrade you don't see, but you 100% feel in every shot you take. Video has matured too. There's better shadow control, more realistic skin tones, and far fewer micro jitters. Even the microphones get a tuning update, voices sound cleaner, background noise feels more controlled, and wind reduction is actually usable now. Samsung isn't just trying to beat the iPhone anymore. They're trying to replace your camera altogether. Where things get interesting is the software. One V9 on top of this hardware feels like the Galaxy device finally grew into its personality. Everything is cleaner. The quick panel intelligently organizes itself. The new gestures feel snappier. Features are integrated instead of awkwardly glued on top. You can translate calls in real time, isolate voices in recordings, remove objects from photos instantly, extract text from anything, and even summarize entire articles. And because Samsung upgraded the performance pipeline this year, all of it runs faster and more consistently. And since I know many of you multitask like crazy traders, creators, students, let me say this: the way the S26 Ultra handles multiple windows feels unreal. You can keep charts open in one window, notes in another, messaging on the side, and the phone doesn't get warm or slow down. Speaking of trading, if you're working on discipline, emotional control, or building a stronger investor mindset, don't forget to check out my second channel where we break down the psychological side of trading. It's super helpful if you're someone who wants to stay focused while working across multiple apps on your phone. Links in the bio. Performance-wise, the S26 Ultra is a monster. Apps launch instantly. Games load faster. The phone barely warms up during heavy tasks. And battery life? Absolutely better. The combination of a bigger battery, smarter efficiency, and the new display panel means all-day endurance without forcing you into battery saver mode. The design details deserve love too. The camera rings are cleaner. The titanium frame feels more balanced. The fingerprint scanner is faster. The haptics got stronger and finally feel premium instead of buzzy. Even the S Pen feels smoother with lower latency during writing. If you're someone who likes jotting quick notes, drawing diagrams, or marking up screenshots, it feels more paper-like than before. In short, the Galaxy S26 Ultra isn't just a spec upgrade. It feels like Samsung finally polished the Ultra identity into something refined, lighter but stronger, smarter but simpler, more capable but easier to use. It's the first Ultra in a long time where every upgrade feels intentional, not experimental. And the crazy part, Samsung kept the pricing steady. No surprise hikes. No ultra premium nonsense. Just a better phone for the same cost. This is the Ultra that finally checks every box without adding new ones. If the S25 Ultra felt close to perfect, the S26 Ultra is the version where Samsung quietly said, "Alright, let's finish the job."